any moment now. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome our nerds! Thank you. All right, greetings everyone, and welcome to the Nerd Degree. My name is Brendan Bennett, and welcome to our episode, Nerd Degree, Close Encounters of the Nerd Kind. I have abducted two teams of nerds and will be mercilessly probing their analyses of all things extraterrestrial and nerdy, because today we have an alien-themed show. So we're going to meet our nerds, and they're going to tell us what alien they would most like to meet.
My name's Henry Nellis. The alien that I'd most likely to meet would be Chewbacca from Star Wars. I really want to know what he feels like.
Did you say I'd most like to, or I'm most likely to meet?
Both.
I mean, you are sitting next to Ben.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
When you say you want to know what he feels like, is that like his emotions or just stroking him like fuzzy textural?
Both. Yeah. I want to know how he feels.
Thank you, Henry.
My name's Ben, and I'm actually got a Star Wars one as well. I'd love to meet Max Rebo, who's the blue elephant that plays the keyboard in Jabba the Hutt's palace band. Because I'm sure he's got a lot of good stories from being on the road as a touring alien blue elephant keyboard player. I mean, if he plays a gig at Jabba's palace, he must have seen a lot of stuff in his time, I think.
There is actually extended universe,
I'm sure
a novelisation of him escaping from the crashed sail
Like
barge.
diving off the side. Yes, excellent.
Okay, so Henry and Ben working together, you'll be a team. What is your team name?
Our team name is Xenomorphin Power Rangers.
Ladies and gentlemen, Xenomorphin Power Rangers. And on the side.
Hi, I'm Karen Healy, and the alien I would most like to meet is Garrus Vakarian, who is the sharpshooting sniper from the Mass Effect game series. And by meet, I mean romance, marry, and have lots of little space lizard human babies with. He's great.
Thank you.
I'm Andrew Todd, and the alien I'd most like to meet is Frank from Men in Black, because he's smart, he's got attitude, and he's a cute little pug.
All right, and together your team will be...
Alien Rickman.
Alien Rickman. Keeping track of the scores, we also have Scott Corey, who's in the box. Scott, are you there?
Good evening, Brendan. I'm Scott Curry reporting from Orange News. Throughout the show, I'll be phoning in to update you on the scores and any other interesting news that may be happening about town.
Thank you very much, Scott. All right. Our first round of questions is entitled Alien Science. These are going to be some general science and alien-related questions. Xenomorphin Power Rangers. The first question is for you. Why is hope for an alien megastructure dimming?
Dimming.
Yes.
Is this to do with the Dyson Sphere, Brendan?
You're on the right track,
Okay.
yes.
Because I know that the Dyson Sphere is...
It's like a circular vacuum cleaner, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's got more powerful suction than anything else in the universe. No, apparently if it's theorised that if your technology advances to a certain extent, you should be able to capture all of the energy from your home star, which involves basically building effectively solar panels kind of around the entire sun. And astronomers looking at distant star signals like lights have been theorising that maybe this is going down because aliens are off building a Dyson Sphere, a giant circular powered vacuum cleaner, in around the sun right now.
Yeah, so of course you're talking about star KIC 8462852.
That's the exact one that I was talking about, yes.
So scientists have noticed that it's flickering erratically and that the light has been dimming by as much as 20%, which is highly unusual. So it may be a sign of alien life, but probably not. Any ideas of what else might be causing the star to dim?
Don't
Any
you worry.
theories?
The Star Killer base is charging its weapon.
Okay, that's worrying. Yes.
Yes.
I think one of the... I was reading about this the other day.
An actual answer.
Yeah. There's a whole bunch of theories, like it could be an unusually dense cloud of comets. Or it could be that the star is like an elliptical one and it's like on a weird tilt on its rotation. So we're actually seeing it. It's dimming because we're seeing less of the star. But there's
We'll just have to see
or it could be
someone
aliens.
to find out.
Yeah, I mean, that's the answer.
Have they
put it-
checked like the lens on the telescope?
Maybe that could be an issue.
It's just a bit dirty.
Just
Yeah.
get a guy with
It's
a long ladder
polarised.
and just put him up there and see if it makes any difference for him at the top of the ladder.
Okay, I will give you 5 points for that and 1 point for the extra information. Andrew.
The actual information.
He got most of it. All right, Alien Rickman. What is a Gaian bottleneck? And how might it explain why we are so lonely?
Well, I think any guy in a bottleneck is probably going to be lonely.
Is this like the idea that species that reach a certain level of technology either kill themselves or fade away into an evolutionary backwater? And we may be in one of those right now on a galactic level, as well as on we in our past as humans we've had those, and there may be one that is all over the universe.
Yeah, that's kind of it. Of course, you guys know Fermi's paradox.
Fermi's paradox.
Which is
Why haven't we heard from anyone? Like when there is such a large number of stars in the galaxy and the universe, and we're intelligent life, and it stands to reason that there should be some other intelligent life, but we haven't found it or heard from it.
You know my favourite answer to Fermi's paradox? It's that we're actually a computer simulation. Like a very powerful computer is running a simulation of our universe, and they didn't program any other species.
they didn't have enough RAM
Yeah.
for it. Okay, yes, I'll give you points for that. The Gaian bottleneck suggests that life does evolve on a lot of planets, but usually it goes extinct before it gets a chance to do anything interesting. So we're unlikely to encounter another alien civilization.
We're very knowledgeable so far. It can't last, I feel.
Yeah.
It's going to get worse.
We're gonna crash
We've
and
set a
burn.
high bar early.
I want to know how many alien civilizations that's been based on. Like,
Yeah.
Our sample size is pretty small,
yeah,
but that is also kind of the point.
well, that's true. The goal
All right.
is
Xenomorphin Power Rangers. Why is the faked moon landings number up?
I actually know this one as well. I believe.
I'm going to have to come up with some harder
I
questions.
know. There's been a guy doing mathematical modelling on conspiracy theories, and he worked out the maximum length of time you could keep something secret based on the number of people that would have to be involved. So with something as complex as faking the moon landing, he worked out how many people at minimum level...
400,000 people working at NASA.
400,000 people, at NASA would all have to be on it. And the maximum length of time that could ever be kept secret was 4 years or something like that.
Yes,
So-
exactly right.
Wait, you can keep a secret?
Apparently.
400,000 people can keep a secret for 4 years.
Statistically,
My
apparently.
sister can't keep a secret for about 2 minutes.
Well, she
Does she
doesn't-
work for NASA?
Does she work at NASA?
That's
in
why.
1960s. So that's interesting though, but it does seem like a long time for 400,000 people. Whether or
Maybe
not-
the time goes up as you get more people, because you know how like people are more stupid as you get more of them together.
Yeah.
Like so,
Mob-
one
mob
person
mind.
can only keep a secret for like a few minutes before they blab to everyone. But if you get enough people, they can just like
Yeah, or the more people, like if you do tell someone, they probably already know.
yeah.
So it's really easy to keep a secret if
Yeah, so
everyone already
like,
knows it.
Yeah, so like people are going at work. They're like, "Hey, did you hear we faked the moon landings?" And they're like,
Yeah.
"Yeah, I know.
I
love
was
that."
faking it too. I'm the one waving the flag. Any ideas on what other conspiracies we might eventually uncover?
Oh, like down the line in terms
Yeah.
of right. I don't know how. Well, President Kelly would be quite small, wouldn't he? Because that would be someone that actually did the shooting, and then a couple
So
of people.
the three people involved.
Well,
yeah.
I'm 3 or 4, so that was presumably quite long. I don't know. So maybe is that one that we're due to go past, or?
about like Roswell or something kind of.
Yeah, Roswell.
The classic alien crash landing.
Yeah. Well.
How about the conspiracy that vaccinations cause autism?
Oh, I actually have the data on that
Oh,
one.
good. When is it over?
So a cover-up of vaccines causing autism would last between 3 and 34 years.
It's a lot of unvaccinated kids.
Yeah. Well, when did it start?
About 20 years ago?
Okay, well, another 14 years.
Oh, good.
All right, that brings us to the end of the Alien Science Round.
We interrupt this podcast to bring you breaking news. The cameras outside Orange Studio report unidentified objects, flying objects, are hovering above us right now as we speak. People out in the streets are screaming in terror at the prospect of these terrifying aliens over our home world. We will update you further when we have more information as it comes to hand. In the meantime, an update on the scores. This score update is brought to you by A1 Martian Couriers. The chances of anything coming from Mars are 1,000,000 to 1, they say. So, beat the odds with A1 Martian Couriers. And the scores are sitting with Alien Rickman on 5 points, but Xenomorphin Power Rangers running crop circles around them with 6 points.
All right, yeah.
All right. Margins.
Are we going to continue the show? It seems like we should check on our loved ones.
It'll be fine.
Okay.
It'll be fine.
All right.
Our next round is entitled UF Oh No. Now, anyone seen the movie Close Encounters of the Third Kind? Mm-hmm. Can anyone tell me what that third kind of encounter is? Like, what does it mean to have a close encounter of the third kind?
Physical contact, isn't it?
Ooh.
If that's
Or
three,
it's
what
like
are
direct,
the first
direct
two?
contact.
Is it
first
like
ones are like-
I think you're thinking of the base system.
A close encounter of
You don't get
physical contact with
on
your
first
base.
No, the first base,
It's
second
like-
base, and third base.
Yeah, if you're not making if you're not making
Yeah.
physical contact on first base, then
The close encounter of the third kind is a UFO encounter where an animated creature is present. So the
Mickey
scale,
Mouse, for example, if he was there.
Man, I was way ahead of the
the scale goes originally it went from 1 to 5. It's been extended up to 7. Can anyone tell me what a close encounter of the sixth
God.
kind?
is that
would be-
probing?
That's third base, right?
Yeah, that's definitely like touching.
Is it dinner in a movie with an alien?
That's the fifth kind. So fifth kind is communication. Fourth kind is abduction.
Wait, abduction comes before?
They skip over communication and go straight to abduction. That's just
Wow.
rude.
You know, abduction is a really one-way communication. So sixth kind. Any ideas?
Is it
Probing.
reproducing with an alien?
That's actually the seventh.
Okay, so it's not quite that extreme.
Is anyone claiming that one? How? That seems like we're off at
Surely.
one. Okay.
Have you never read a tabloid?
Close encounter of the sixth kind is the death of a human or an animal associated with a UFO sighting. Seventh is the creation of a human-alien hybrid.
That's a big jump.
Do these all
And
have
we stop there.
corresponding police radio codes? I'm going to call in a 343.
Any ideas if we were to add something, what might be the eighth kind or the ninth kind?
The extermination of the human race.
It's really jumping ahead,
really
right?
like-
Well, come on.
No one's
Abductions
left
and
after that
breeding.
to classify it, though, so it's kind of pointless. It was like,
It's true.
Is it having a jam session with aliens?
Just hanging
Some
out.
kind of creative collaboration?
Yeah, I think that's good. All right, if you were an alien hoping for an encounter of the seventh kind, what kind of line would you use as you picked up a human? I will give you points if you can suggest what an alien might say. Just ring in if you have a suggestion.
Okay, so assuming that I am impersonating a human being at this point.
Okay.
Okay, so I go up to a human of my choice at a bar and I'm like, hello, fellow human. Would you like to go back to my place and expose yourself to me in all of your vulnerability?
That's actually really romantic.
I'll get Garrus. It's going to be good.
Any other suggestions?
hey, baby, you want to see what a silicon-based life form and a carbon-based life form make together?
Okay, yes.
Hey, these ears aren't the only things that are pointy.
Terrible.
Is it a pickup line or a put-off line?
Yeah.
It's an attempted pickup line.
Hey, baby, take this trans-world communication device and tell your creator you won't be returning to your base tonight.
What should I make you for breakfast? after I burst out of your chest cavity.
Hey, I'll take your ovipositor down my throat.
Whew.
Again.
I mean, they're just getting more and more romantic. That's amazing. Okay, any more? I think nothing can top that. That brings us to the end of UFO No.
Appropriately named round.
We interrupt this podcast another time to bring you further breaking news about the developing situation involving mysterious objects in the sky above Orange Studios. We have eyewitness accounts describing them as upside-down dinner plates. Our sources on the ground have hired a helicopter to get closer to these objects. Those sources are airborne now. However, we cannot identify the sources at this time. No, they must remain for now unidentified flying sources. Please, ladies and gentlemen, remain calm. Stay in your homes or offices. Your government is looking out for your best interests. And now an update on the scores. While we are waiting out this invasion, this score update is brought to you by Xenomorph's Paradox. Xenomorph's Paradox. Before you can burst out of a chest, you first have to burst halfway out. And the scores at this stage of the competition. On 11 points, we have Team Alien Rickman. But light years ahead, in 13 points, Xenomorphin Power Rangers.
Xenomorphin Power Rangers, everyone.
I'll get you, Power Rangers.
Our next round is called What to Expect When You're Abducted. So I was doing some really disturbing research into abduction websites, and I found this website called humansarefree.com, which is written by experts on alien abductions, people who have first-hand experience. And I have a list here of evidence or signs or indicators that you might have been abducted by aliens. So I'm just going to read through. This is one you can play at home. Just tick these off mentally and let me know if you have been abducted. Okay, first of all, a sense of mission. You have a strong sense of duty or mission in life.
Damn.
2, you feel special. 3, fears or phobias. You have inexplicable feelings of aversion to heights, snakes, spiders, large insects. Okay.
What were all of those in the spaceship? Or like,
I've just look. These are the list.
Okay.
This is the list. Okay. Self-esteem problems. The urge to take vitamins. Back or neck problems. You see the same numbers on the clock lined up. Like you look at the clock and it's 1:11
Through 12? Yes.
It's 1 through 12.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you're always bound to see those numbers on the clock.
No, if you see it's like 3:33 or something like that. How are we doing so far?
Well, I'm definitely
I've definitely
a
been
victim.
abducted.
Yeah.
Seems likely.
Compulsion to become a vegetarian.
I stopped cooking meat at home.
Compulsion to study astronomy.
Safe.
I just have to study more.
A strong memory of being abducted by aliens.
Well, obviously, everybody's got that one.
How many of those do you need to be like...
What's the checklist?
I feel like this is like a cold smoke
Do
quiz.
they have
Yeah.
is it like a point scale?
32 to 44.
Yeah.
You might have been.
How did you guys do on that?
I think I got like three or something.
No, you're probably fine.
I'm scared of sharks. I don't think they were mentioned. So, yeah, I'm good.
So you're not worried about being abducted by sharks?
No.
As a nerd, I definitely do not have self-esteem problems.
Oh.
But do you think you're special? Because that was another one.
Anyway.
I feel like he was like, I've been abducted, and they're like, prove it. And he's like, well, I've got self-esteem issues. And they're like, God damn it.
It all makes sense.
That proves it.
Too easy.
All right. Well, scientifically, what is the most likely explanation for alien abduction beliefs? Karen.
Booze.
Booze. No.
Oh.
Cheese dreams. Have you guys ever had cheese before going to bed?
Have you guys ever had cheese?
No, like before, like within like a 30-minute window of going to bed, you have real crazy dreams.
Wait, you can basically drag yourself into having crazy dreams with cheese.
I think that's a myth.
Yeah.
Try it tonight.
Yeah, you go home and
I
you eat
challenge
them before
accepted.
bed.
See if you wake up feeling special and with self-esteem issues.
Too late. No, any other...
Is it?
It is a scientific condition, a sleep condition.
I was going to say actual alien
Oh,
abduction.
is it a dreaming-y thing?
Is sleep paralysis?
Sleep paralysis is correct.
Yeah.
It's when you wake up, but your body hasn't woken up yet, so your body doesn't move, and you have the feeling of a strange presence in the room. So there you go. Next time you think you've been abducted, it's probably just sleep paralysis.
Or cheese.
Or
What if you have cheese before you go to bed and you also suffer from sleep paralysis?
And you're abducted.
And you are also abducted by aliens.
If it was like you think there'd be more abductions in New Zealand because we're a dairy-based economy. You think maybe be a heavy alien zone.
Maybe you need to go humansarefree.co.nz for the.
we'll have to set it up. All right, that brings us to the end of whatever this round was called. What to expect when you're abducted.
We interrupt your regularly scheduled podcast to bring you an update on the developing situation of our alien invaders. We had some listeners call in skeptical about the veracity of our claims of alien abduction and invasion, and so we went on the streets and asked people to crowdsource multimedia documentation of these UFOs. We got people on the streets to take photos, and using their $1,000 smartphones with 10 megapixel cameras with autofocus, they managed to get low-res fuzzy photos, which we'll share with you at 10. And now to the scores. This score update is brought to you by the League of Gentlemen of England abroad in the Big Apple. Are you an alien looking to be legally recognised? Well then, sign up today for the League of Gentlemen of England abroad in the Big Apple. They put the sting in alien legality.
And the scores?
That was an obscure reference.
Yes, it was. The score. You want the scores?
Yeah, can we have the scores? I mean, the other stuff is great. No, it's great, but
Very well,
your
very well.
job is the scores.
I see. Don't get cocky. The scores now. Alien Rickman are currently on 17 points. But just hanging in there are the team located on the right. Or to paraphrase, there's Klingons on the starboard bow. Xenomorph and Power Rangers on 18.
I should explain, I hired an actual alien to keep the scores.
He's going mad in there.
Normally we have the curtains open and he can see out, but it's... okay, our next round is called Fatal Flaws. Now, fortunately, if you ever are abducted by aliens, invading aliens always have one particular strange weakness that allows you to defeat them before the end of the movie. The most stupid example of an alien's flaw would be...
Water.
Water, yes, in the movie...
Signs.
Vulnerability to Mac-based software viruses.
Which is in...
Independence Day.
Independence Day, yes.
And hopefully Independence Day
The
too.
old Apple Power.
Maybe they may have upgraded to OS 10.
Love.
Think about it, Brendan.
Is that just a general thing?
Well,
Are we
like-
going back to seventh kind of encounter? Is that...
Yeah.
In this round, I'm going to tell you the weakness, and you are going to name... No, I'm going to tell you an alien. You're going to tell me what their weakness was that enabled them to be defeated.
Okay.
The Martians from War of the Worlds. Ben.
The common cold, the earth germs.
Earth germs, correct.
Earth germs.
The Martians from Mars Attacks.
The name of the singer, country music.
Specifically...
I was pretty much just
It
gonna
goes
say
like this.
country music.
I've been calling you.
All right, I'll give you the points for that. Yes. country music legend Slim Whitman.
Slim Whitman.
The aliens from the film Evolution.
It was Head and Shoulders dandruff shampoo.
Correct. The Chitauri from the Avengers film.
They had telepathy, so you kill the mothership, you kill them all.
Yeah, but mainly it was just bullets.
Wait, they're fake on the floor. But we also had that floor.
But they were just really lucky that the only person who thought to actually shoot them was Black Widow. Like there were all those soldiers standing around and none of them shot them. Okay, what about the combined battle fleets of the Vlurgs and the Gvattund?
Tragically small scale, and they get eaten by a small dog.
Correct. Yes, I'll give you the text from Hitchhiker's Guide. The combined, for thousands more years, the mighty ships tore across the empty wastes of space and finally dived screaming onto the first planet they came across, which happened to be Earth, where due to a terrible miscalculation of scale, the entire battle fleet was accidentally swallowed by a small dog. Okay, now I will name the weakness. You tell me the alien.
Oh.
Forced laughter.
Seinfeld?
I've always had my suspicions about Kramer. No, this is...
Forced laughter?
Yeah, like kind of painfully awkward forced laughter and jocularity.
All I can think about is that Monty Python sketch where it's the funniest joke in the world, and they translate it into German.
If Germans are considered aliens. This is from the Star Trek episode Day of the Dove, where there's an alien entity that feeds off negative emotion. So the Enterprise crew have to pretend to be really happy in order to defeat them. Okay.
Is this the original series?
Yeah, original series.
Oh, man, that stuff's
Yeah, it was
great.
classic. Cats.
Andrew Lloyd Webber.
The aliens in Home. Not in Home, in the true meaning of Smeck Day.
I have no idea what you're saying.
It's the book, The True Meaning of Smeck Day. They're all allergic to cats.
Are they?
Yes.
Then I'll have to give you points for it. That's not what I had.
Read the book, it's great.
Of course, Elf.
Elf.
I thought he just ate
No, he
cats.
ate.
But that's it. I mean, he has a weakness for cats.
That's a predilection for cats.
Don't we
That's
all
like
have a weakness to cats, Brendan?
creepers in Minecraft won't come near your base if you've got a cat. True story.
They're not aliens, Ben.
Homesickness.
E.T.?
Correct. Stairs.
Daleks.
Yeah, I mean, early series Daleks, yes.
Is it cows?
Cow.
Because they can go up, but they can't go down.
If you told me that cows were aliens, I would probably believe you.
The Weeping Angels.
They can't go?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you mean... Oh, no, I thought you meant stairs. Because they can't move at you as long as you're looking
I'll
at
have to give you points for that as well.
ED 209 from RoboCop. RoboCop goes down the stairs and he can't get up.
Not an alien, so I can't give you points for that. The radioactive remains of their home planet. Karen.
All kryptonites.
Yes. The most
Kryptonians.
the most famous being
Superman.
Superman, yes. Now, speaking of Superman, you are probably thinking of green kryptonite, which weakens him, but there were many other kinds of kryptonite. Anyone name any of them?
Red kryptonite.
Does what?
I feel like it makes him angry. But that may just be...
Is that
Colour
Kryptonian
association.
balls? I don't even have red kryptonite on here, I'm sure. Okay, what about, does anyone know what white kryptonite does?
Yes, that forces him to answer the Daily Planet's advice column. Writing letters to lonely teenagers.
Does it give him an absurd amount of energy and make him extremely self-confident and
That's white privilege kryptonite.
And immediately crave more white kryptonite?
Well, actually, that's more like silver kryptonite, which gives Superman trippy hallucinations.
It's cheese.
Sleep paralysis.
Cheese kryptonite.
Black kryptonite.
Does it make him evil?
That's a film from the 1970s.
It splits them into two Supermans.
Does
good
one of
and
them
evil.
marry Lois Lane, and then there's wacky shenanigans? Oh man, Golden Age comics are great.
Speaking of, pink kryptonite.
Makes him marry Lois Lane, and they have wacky shenanigans.
Opposite.
She falls in love with him.
It turns them gay.
Turns him gay.
Yeah.
Yes.
They really actually went there and they
Yes.
actually made it pink.
Yes.
That's some
You can check Supergirl Volume 4, issue 79.
must die.
And finally, periwinkle kryptonite.
Turns him into a small shellfish. like a tiny little thing in your pocket.
Periwinkle's a shade of blue, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Does it help with male potency?
Kind of. Why would it do that?
Like he takes little blue.
Oh. Yeah, okay. The periwinkle kryptonite causes Superman to lose all his inhibitions.
That doesn't seem like a
really
good time
dangerous.
for the.
Yeah.
If you start to combine some of these kryptonites, you can get some interesting combinations. That brings us to the end of.
Kryptonite.
Yeah, you can read
I'm
it.
gonna.
What if you had pink kryptonite and then periwinkle kryptonite?
Well, the colours
I mean,
would
the
clash
colours
first
It
of
would be
all.
like
Right.
Hero Pride Superman. It would be amazing.
It'd be
That brings
beautiful
us to
then.
the
It would be amazing.
That brings us to the end of the round.
We interrupt this podcast to bring you an entirely unexpected breaking update. This breaking update is a public service announcement directed at our soon-to-be alien overlords. Hey you, Johnny Martian, you think you're so tough? Well, you may have death rays, but we have nerd power. Nerd power makes alien whites whiter. Not sure who wrote that one. Update on the scores.
Yes.
Would you like an update on the scores?
Please.
While we await obliteration from the skies above.
What?
It's still to come, the obliteration part. The teams are neck and neck at the moment, neck and neck. That is, if the necks belonged to aliens of different species. Alien Rickmen have the neck of a short, squat grey on 22 points, while Xenomorph and Power Rangers have the long, slender neck of a tall on 24 points.
Let's give them a round of applause, yes. All right.
I like
let's try and
how
get this back.
imaginative alien names are. Like, this one's tall. This one's grey. Because that's what they're... Surely they could have something better.
More imaginative.
Yeah.
If people just ate more cheese, get a lot of.
Join us.
All right, here's a question for you. What do a massive triangle in a Siberian forest, a 2008 Doritos commercial, and the vaginal contractions of ballerinas have in common?
Massive triangle in the
A
Siberian
massive
forest.
triangle in a Siberian
That's
forest.
not to do with the Tunguska event of 1910 or whatever it was.
It doesn't, no.
Is
No.
it a massive triangle in a Siberian forest?
Yeah,
Or
carved into the forest.
Whoa?
Is that where ballerinas go to have their vaginal contractions?
No.
No.
What's the other thing?
So a 2008 Doritos commercial.
They have triangles in them?
I mean, Doritos are
Kind of.
triangular.
Okay, I'll give you a point for that.
Yeah, triangle point.
Yeah, I know what a Dorito looks like.
They are all ways that humans have tried to communicate with extraterrestrials.
Wait.
Well, okay.
Yeah, okay. I know what you're asking, so let me explain. In 1820, German mathematician Carl Friedrich concluded that the best way to converse with aliens would be to make a message they could see from above. Naturally, he went to the Siberian forest and cut down trees to make a massive triangular shape.
That's a lot of trees.
Yeah. And the other ones explain themselves. So in 2008, a research centre started sending a Doritos advertisement into space as a way to protest their funding being cut. So that,
And all commercials sent into space?
well, except they would dissipate. So this is actually sent. So aliens will
Where did
actually
they-
get
where did
this
they send
Doritos
it?
commercial.
Like, because they would have, like, was it like a directed sort of signal?
Yeah, to the corn ship nebula.
Did you know there's a spirograph nebula? Because it looks like
They called it a spirograph.
Yeah, like that's the name of it. 'cause
So
it
what
looks
A
like
happens?
nebula made
spirograph.
up of
Like
spirographs.
happens in this commercial, like that aliens might see as representative of all humanity, right?
No, it
So-
was. The idea was that they were saying, look, we're going to have to start advertising because we're not getting enough funding. So it was satire.
Right, but having been into space,
Yeah, what are the
now it's
aliens
going to
gonna
represent
think?
us when the aliens find us. So what are they going to see? What happens in this commercial? Like
They see two
there's
bros
two bros
handing
with
each other Doritos. Yeah,
That sounds like a Doritos
What
commercial.
will they make of the planet Earth based on that?
it's probably a fair representation. And finally, artist Joe Davis set out to correct what he feels is a case of censorship in scientists' efforts to communicate with extraterrestrials. So when they sent out those satellites and things, they had that plaque on the side with a picture of two humans, but the female's genitalia was essentially censored. She looked like a Barbie doll.
Oh.
So to counter this, he transmitted the sound of vaginal contractions recorded from ballet dancers to several nearby stars.
How are the aliens supposed to figure out what that noise is?
How are they supposed to figure out anything? I mean, it's
Well, that's binary. And look, here is a look. They can figure this out. Look, that's a little satellite. It's a representation of the thing that it's on.
That's a
and that's
pretty.
the planet it comes from.
I'm just thinking it's a pretty great conversation you must have had with some ballerinas. I just need to record this and send it into space.
What's at those combined, astronomy and ballet academies?
yeah. I mean, they might have all
exist.
had the compulsion to study astronomy.
Maybe.
Yeah.
If you could send a message to outer space, what message would you send?
Stay away.
Yeah, I mean, if you could say that, or you could just send the vaginal contractions of ballerinas. It would probably have the same effect.
You know, I say vaginal contractions from ballerinas say 1,000 words.
I'll probably speak on behalf of the entirety of humanity and say #YOLO.
Anything else?
I don't think I have anything to say to the aliens.
Just silence.
Just they know what they did.
Just like a long withering stare.
All right, that brings us to the end of that round. A scores update, please.
Yes, scores update at this time. Currently on 23 points, Alien Rickman. But on 25 points, we have the Xenomorphin Power Rangers.
Xenomorphin Power Rangers, everyone.
Pick up our game.
Yeah, well, you're going to have to do it quick because this is the final round.
Oh, no.
Okay.
Yes, but this is worth 5 points, more than enough to put you into the lead. This is the nerd debate round.
Okay.
Okay.
I will let you guys choose which side of this topic you want to argue. The topic is, we should welcome our alien overlords. Would you like to affirm or negate that? There's no point pretending to confirm.
We will
Negate.
Negate. All right, so Xenomorphin Power Rangers, you will be affirming that we should welcome our alien overlords. I will give you 90 seconds to speak each, and then 30 seconds to respond, and then closing statements. Then the audience will decide which of you made the most convincing case. So, Xenomorphin Power Rangers, we should welcome our alien overlords. Go.
We should welcome our alien overlords, and there are a lot of reasons for this. First and foremost, though, I think look at what a poor job humans are doing of running this planet. There are only so many, great planets that support life, and we're running our one to the ground, and that's why we need somebody with management experience, previous management experience of a planet, to come in, take over, get us to buck up our act, and just do a better job than we're doing.
And they're bound to have greater technology. We're bound to have so many better things than we currently do. Take the Navi, for example, running through trees, bow and arrows.
Yeah, from Avatar.
What's
Yeah.
that with that chick from SWAT with a helicopter? I'm
Michelle
thinking-
Rodriguez.
You're just describing the plot of Avatar now. That is
We're
not
just saying-
debating.
We're just saying that what has humanity got to put up? Michelle Rodriguez in a helicopter,
Yeah.
and they've got freaky tail sex, and that's a whole improved thing. Like,
Make a strong case.
what have aliens done? They've developed the interstellar technology to come here. They've developed the weapons to overthrow us. They've developed everything they need to set up a colony on another planet. And what have we done? Miley Cyrus.
All right, thank you, Xenomorph and Power Rangers. Alien Rickman.
Okay, first of all, Miley Cyrus is clearly an ambassador for the aliens. She's been sent here to demoralise us so that we are ripe for invasion.
She's doing a really bad job.
Yeah, terrible. We must resist. I mean, colonisation is not fun. Ask any Indigenous population how they feel about it. Not super great. So no, we should not, under any circumstances, welcome these alien overlords who will do stuff to our bodies.
And this claim that the humans aren't doing a good job.
Great
I
job.
mean, look at all of the wonders that we've created. All of the we've got microwaves, for example, and the Electoral College, which is just a
Those
really
are your
great.
top two, Andrew.
And
The Dorito.
the Dorito, the continued life of Kirk Douglas.
Broadway musicals.
You guys are really struggling.
Humans have created
The
a
point
lot
is-
of great stuff.
So great.
So we should share it.
And really, what it comes down to is that we should be the alien overlords in this scenario. We should take our rich and built-up culture
And our belligerence.
export it in the classic. I mean, look at the world's greatest civilization, America.
You're losing them.
Remember, the audience gets to vote on this.
I mean,
10 seconds.
they got where they are by exporting their culture everywhere and trampling every other country. You don't become the greatest civilization by keeping your culture to yourself. No, we should push our ideas out into space and take over the other worlds, and so they can share in our. What?
I'm just joining this side.
They can share
sensing
with
a bit of
us
division
what
in the
the
team.
things we have created.
Okay,
they give us Miley,
time's up.
That's such a good point as well.
Power Rangers, 30 seconds to respond.
As the opposing team have correctly identified the alien infiltrator Miley Cyrus, let me just recite a quote from her. "We can't stop, we won't stop. We run things, things don't run we." I feel like that's a strong message from our alien overlords. We can fight, and some of us, and all of us will die, or we can surrender, and only some of us will die.
We've had our chance on this planet for 20,000 years. We've had our chance to push our own culture out into space. And what have we pushed out into space? The vaginal contractions of ballerinas. That's what we came up with.
Thank you. I completely regret bringing that into the discussion. 30 seconds to respond.
Andrew, you had a great point that you were going to make.
I did. I think your message from that you translated from Miley really sums it up, because it's all about fighting. And the thing is, we don't think that fighting is a good idea, and that's what would inevitably happen if alien overlords were to come to our planet.
Not if we welcomed them.
Even if you welcome guests into your home, you're eventually going to have a fight with them about something.
I
right?
mean, everybody's going to do this.
Whereas, if we went to other places, we would just drop our culture on them, and there wouldn't be any
Like a
there wouldn't be
fireball.
any conflict at all.
Wow. Okay.
And I think it's just obvious that would happen because everybody, I think everyone in the universe just loves us.
Great. Okay. You have one final chance to make a closing statement to the audience, and then they will decide who made the better case. Good luck.
We can have the aliens come here, set us up for sweet lives with their future technology and good times, or we can do it ourselves and become Planet of the Apes. That's what knows what's going to happen. We'll all blow it up. God damn us. We'll blow it all up.
Thank you. And your closing statement.
If we,
Two legs good, many legs bad.
All right. That's it. Give them both a round of applause. strong arguments from both teams.
We're right, is what we are.
So now, by applause, I'd like you to indicate which side you think made the stronger argument.
Or the team you feel sorriest for.
No, that is not the rules.
No. Stronger
So,
argument.
do you think Alien Rickman did the better job? Or did you think Xenomorph and Power Rangers did the better job? All right, congratulations.
We can now reveal.
Welcome.
I need sugar. Sugar.
Cheese, bring us your cheese.
All right, that brings us to the end of the show. Scott, final scores.
Thank you, Brendan. Just before I reveal the final scores, let me just update you on the breaking news outside Orange Studios. We decided that instead of collecting disreputable second-hand reports, we would go outside ourselves. And upon doing so, we discovered that it was simply two miscreant youths throwing a frisbee around in the car park. There is also a mass of people running in the streets, panicking and screaming. This was in fact due to a cafe down the road recently announcing that they will no longer serve lattes with trim milk. And now, the final scores. This final score announcement is brought to you by Spielberg's cuddly upholstered service desks. Do you want your business to seem warm and friendly? Get Spielberg's cuddly upholstered service desks for closed-in counters of the third kind. And now the final score.
Scott. You won me over.
Very good. And now the final scores. Brace yourselves, ladies and gentlemen of Earth. On 23 points, Alien Rickman.
Give them a round of applause, yes.
Yes, Alien Rickman tried to abduct the lead, but unfortunately, Xenomorph and Power Rangers were out of this world with 28 points.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that is all the time we have. A big thank you to Erin Harrington, Scott Curry and Jeff Clark for their out-of-this-world questions and our wonderful hosts here at Orange Studio. That is the end of our show. Thank you and good night.